Hello! Sorry, something came up at the last minute, but I'm here now. Okay. No, baby, I love you, but you have to get down. I'm sorry, I love you. But now is not kitty time. Okay. Now is Final Fantasy time. We're doing the Final Fantasy. So, Lego. Why are you not recognizing my button inputs? Why are you in keyboard mode? I have the controller plugged in. One moment. I'm going to have to restart the game, because for some reason it's being stupid. Okay, the light on the controller is on. Controller is plugged in. Oh, I know. One moment. I fixed it. Okay, here we go. Okay. Anyway, hello everyone. Thank you for joining. I hope everyone's having what word do I want to use? A splendid day. Oh, look at you, Riku. You're already wearing the outfit. Yubadan. I can't read all that. Hi, gay. Hi, gay. Okay. Now let us go to Xanarkand. I think Xanarkand is the last place we... Yes, Xanarkand is the last place we can go to that will not progress the story. So let's go do that, see if we can find anything. Let me check real quick, make sure there's no, let me check and make sure there's no spheres, or mostly it's job spheres that I'm worried about. Chapter 2, Xanarkand. Um, into Chapter 2, Xanarkand Ruins. Is this the point where we can actually do the stupid monkey thing? I think this is where we can actually do the monkey thing. Because I'm pretty sure the previous chapter, they put the monkeys there, but we weren't able to do anything. And now we can actually do something. I think. So, in that case, I think that's what we will be doing. Go inside GameStop, that's what Xanarkin looks like. At this point, that seems like what people are going for. They're trying to turn it into the capitalism. Okay, so I guess that's what we're doing, is heading to the dome.
お客さんいっぱいだね。たっくん親父ったら。
Didn't you do that already? I think I kept trying to do it, but you can't actually do it in chapter 1. Aha, you are a shop. Well, I already have 99 of those. Iron Bangle. Ooh, MP up by 40%? Ooh, that's not bad. Ooh, that's not bad. It's really not bad. I might have to buy a couple of those just to hold on to. Or when... Well, looks like I already have 2. I guess I'll hold off on buying it. I'm sure that having 2 will be enough for whatever occasion I might need to use them in. Went inside a GameStop the other day and don't know how to explain it, but it felt so barren and lifeless. I feel like these days a lot of people don't really go to physical stores to buy things. Personally, I think that's sad. I like actually buying, like, I like buying physical goods for one thing, but I also like going to a physical place to buy things if I can, like, because there's already so much stuff that I have to order on the internet. Like, I can't go buy, like, Bara manga at, like, well, I guess there's some that are translated into English now that you can get at some bookstores, but as someone who has been buying it in Japanese since before they started making English translations of it, I'm just used to, like, just buying it from Japan. So, you want to know some effed up stuff that happened to me earlier? Sure, what happened? Are you hurt? I hope by fucked up you mean, like, not actually fucked up. Because otherwise I will be sad. Where's our chest? Ever since we became self-aware about how gross his hands look in the playthrough for 10, I can't look at this character model the same way anymore. So a friend sent me a game's name and said that there was a demo out. Item. Find out. Mayo Keiyaku. Charm against evil spirit. Medicine? Interesting. I don't know what this is. It must be some kind of status ailment healing item, but I don't know what for. I went to the Twitter and clicked the itch.io link. It directed me to a page saying that my API didn't cover that. I copied the link and pasted it and it worked. I hate Elon. Yeah, Twitter's been really bad today. I was trying to look at a couple different like artists' Twitters earlier because like I'm following a lot of bara Japanese gay comic artists on Twitter and stuff. And I was trying to go through their like media tabs and it wasn't working. And then I got that message on one of them. And I just had to keep like refreshing the page before it would work. Twitter's been absolute dog shit today. I know I saw my brother's husband is at Barnes & Noble. Not that that's explicit material, but that's sort of bar sold at a retailer. Yeah, there's that, but like, I know there's I don't know where they're at, because they're not around where I live. I haven't seen any bookstores around me carrying them, but I have seen photos on Twitter some people have taken of bookstores carrying copies of like the English Massive books, like the one that's actually called Massive and the one called Passion of Gengoro Tagame. And I mean, if you haven't already ordered those books online, I guess having those show up in a bookstore can be really useful, but I don't know, because gay manga stuff already gets such a limited run, I tend to buy it as soon as I know I have the opportunity. That's the kind of thing that I do buy online, just because I don't want it to become unavailable to me later, you know?
Yeah, 君たち。
仕事は
苦戦気味というところかな。ご覧の通り、猿が増えてね。お客さんに悪さをするからまともに営業できなくて。シドさんは猿を追い払う方法を探して飛び回っているよ。はあ、では皆さん、失礼。
あんまりいたずらしちゃダメだよ。
I just realized that this guy being in this location is a pun in Japanese.
なるほど。
Because, or at least the fact that they put all the monkeys in here is a pun on his name, because his name is Isaru, and the Japanese word for monkey is saru. Waha, big brain. I realizing shit. Anyway. Passion of Gengoro Tagame has the same vibe of that Lana Del Rey as Mary image. I like it because it has the same cadence as the disappearance of Hatsune Miku, which, if I was a lyricist of any form, would if I was a lyricist of any form and I was fluent in Japanese, I would write a parody of the disappearance of Hatsune Miku about the manga in The Passion of Gangoro Tagame. Because that would make me laugh. And me specifically, no one else would find it funny. It would be just for me. Alright. Now we can do the monkey minigame that they wouldn't let us do last time, that I didn't realize we weren't allowed to do last time. Open the treasure chest. Okay. Well, first I'm going to open all the treasure chests. Then I will do the monkeys. I want monkey as a pet. I don't think I would like having a monkey as a pet. They seem like they would be way too much work. They're basically like a human that never stops being a child, and that just sounds like a nightmare to me. I learned monkey means Saru because of Ape Escape. As I'm sure will be a surprise to no one, I learned it from Japanese gay fetish material. If you remove the E, it becomes monk. Symbolize the monk in monkey because monkey. Hanuman becomes a E-son. You are all going to hell. Okay, let's do this monkey bullshit. Let's see. Sayawa. Does that say what I think it says? Let's find out. That's what I thought it said. Well, at least it's part of what I thought it said. Saya wa dareka o omarasetai. Saya wants to trouble someone? I think it's supposed to be like you're supposed to like talk to the monkeys and figure out what they want and then match them up based on what they want. I think. Damn, Sayaka, stop fucking up the timeline. No, it's Saya. So clearly it's a reference to Saya no Uta. Which is a whole different beast. Alright, let's... Here's the thing. I am going to talk to these monkeys, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to make good television for me to sit here and genuinely try to figure out how to pair up these monkeys when I barely understand Japanese. So I am going to use a guide to figure out who goes where. Just cause. Let's see. So, Saya, who I just talked to up here, Saya. Of course, their names are all different in the English version. Alright, I guess let's go. I'll go through the guide from top to bottom. Birch is 2 rooms after the Cloister of Faith. Bought Unalesca from 10-2. 2 rooms after? Oh, so we have to go all the way in here. Damn, we have to go all the way in here. Okay. It's not just enough to be here. We gotta go. We got to go here. And not just here. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep on going. Baloo cheating on his Japanese lesson. Look, it's either that or we're all gonna be very bored. Erixa? Uh-oh. Phoenix down. High potion. That one I can't remember. Banno Yaku. Cure All. Panacea. Okay. I think they usually call those Remedy in Final Fantasy, right? I think. Item. Okay, that's another one. An ether. Okay. Panacea, it's a common item even in Kingdom Hearts. I know that there is an item in these games that is called Panacea, but I think the item that cures all status ailments in Final Fantasy is called a remedy. Usually. Then again, I'm just assuming that it's the item I'm thinking of because it also said cure all in the translation, and that might be completely irrelevant. Okay. Yeah, this one's got a heart over it, so... You know, I'm kind of wondering what technique they use to make this whole. Because given the polygon limitations of the PS2, this clearly is not like an actual 3D modeling of a hole here. So it's probably some kind of like masking effect. Anyway, sorry, I'm a huge nerd. Ignore me. Seems like a transparency. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Okay. I'm assuming this guy is Birch, since he's got the hearts over his head, so he's probably the only one I can interact with right now. Tsukamaeru Oteoku. Isn't Panacea that thing in your body that makes insulin? No, that is a pancreas. That is the pancreas. No partner wa. Okay. Chamber of the Faith, front right, is Sequoia? I wonder what their name is in Japanese. So that would there's 2 front rights. Wait, is Yuna instigating monkey fucking? Yes. She ships Hanuman and is there another monkey character in Tokyo After School Summoners? I can't think of one off the top of my head. What other monkey character is there? Probably you. No. Aha! Akami wa Shirokichi ni koyo shita. They fell in love. They fell in love. Okay. At least I know that talking to the wrong one won't, like, fuck things up. It'll just make them go, meow, and then they run away. Okay. Okay. Spring, circular room after the Chamber of Faith. Okay. Your name is Haru, which does mean spring. That is, in fact, what that word means. Specifically as in the season spring, not like a hot spring. Okay. Now, where am I taking you? I'm taking you to Autumn, who is in the Cloister of Trials area, first room before the room with the elevator to go down to the Chamber of the Faith. Okay. Yuna, the anti-Frieza. Yeah. She's doing the exact opposite of Frieza. Instead of committing monkey genocide, she's committing monkey make sex now. Aki wa haru ni koi o shita. Aw. Okay. Dusky. Long corridor you talk to Isaru in. Okay. I miss Linda Young Frieza. Oh, that joke. Okay. But where are you? Aha, there you are. Yoru. Like Yozora. Yo. And that's why they named you Dusky in the English version. Haha. I'm hooking you up with Dawn, same area you found Birch. Front right. Okay. How well you think she would do if she did voice lines in DB Super? I don't know. Most of the voice lines I've heard from DB Super... Well, actually, no, I'm wrong. I'm thinking of, well, no, I guess that's true of Dragon Ball Super as well. Most of the voice lines I've heard have actually been from the Japanese version. Even though I will fully admit that, Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball in Japanese is way less sexy to me. Uehima? Wait. Oh wait, same area you found Birch. I'm stupid. I'm a dumbass. Should I bring up the SpongeBob Goku fun fact? No, please don't remind me. That was very cursed knowledge when you gave that to me. And now I'm stuck with it for the rest of my life. Circular room after the Cloister of the Faith. Okay. Rosemary. What's your deal, Rosemary? Anmin? Rosemary and Time. Cloister of Trials area, front right. Goku still sounding like a woman as a grown man in Japanese kind of weirds me out, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's like, to be honest, the one thing that I do not really like about a lot of Japanese media is the tendency to have characters who are male, especially like boy characters, but even some men characters, just straight up be voiced by women who just straight up sound like women, and it really trips me the fuck out. Yume Taro wa Anmin ni koyo shita. Okay. Cloister of Trials. I vastly prefer when like my favorite kind of voice for like quote unquote boyish characters, you know, like Goku type characters, is like fuck, what's his name? Actually, it's the guy who does the voice of Hanuman in Tokyo After School Summoners. Like, that's my preferred voice for those type of characters. Cloister of Trials area. Okay, well, we're in the Cloister of Trials area. Anybody got a heart over them? Yeah, Kape Yamaguchi, that's the guy. I like his voices. Like, I really like his voice for, what's it called? Oh, duh. Here you are. Fucking blind. Yume Hiko. So yeah, a groomer followed me on Twitter. Is that a Twitter bug? Unfortunately, no. That's just Twitter. The unfortunate thing about Twitter is that you have to be very vigilant about blocking certain people, because certain people will come out of the woodworks and follow you, and the only thing you can do is report them and block them and hope that reporting them actually results in something. Xenoblade 2 actually does the opposite with one character in Japanese, where Morag, who is a woman, is voiced by a dude. Huh. I'm not as familiar with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as I am with 1 and 3. I beat 1, I've watched a decent amount of 3. I haven't seen much of 2. I don't know if I would enjoy 2 as much as 1 and 3, but I also don't really I don't really vibe with like the whole like really negative perception that people have of the game, because I feel like the reason people hate it is really dumb. Like, yeah, it might not appeal to me for the same reason they're criticizing it, but like the whole reason I like something like Tokyo After School Summoners is because it appeals to me in the way that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 appeals to people who aren't me, you know? So, to me, it just seems hypocritical for me to criticize the game for being dumb and horny when I clearly don't have a problem with things being dumb and horny. I'm just gay. So the game doesn't really appeal to me in that way. Okay. Circular room after the Chamber of the Faith. God damn it, I went the wrong way. Okay. You have ADHD, the UI would kill you. You know what? You're not wrong. I like Xenoblade Chronicles. I really enjoyed playing the first one, but it was not because of the combat or the UI. Both of those things actually made my head hurt. But I liked the story a lot, and I liked how you explored the world and interacting with all the NPCs and doing all the side missions and stuff. That was all really fun. So, Cloister Trials area back by the computer screen. Okay. I don't have ADHD, I think, and that UI grossed me out. And to be fair, that's just kind of how all of the Xenoblade games have been. Like, their UIs have always been way too cluttered, and their combat systems have all been trying way too hard to, you know, not be a turn-based RPG. No, that game is unhinged. Alright. Chamber of the Faith is where we will find Summer. Then we need to take Summer to Winter. Okay, Summer, half before Cloister of Trials, front right by the treasure chest. Okay. I do like that the way that she carries the monkeys, it's like she's like, you disease-ridden little filth rat. Do not touch me. Don't you dare fucking touch me, you disgusting thing. Alright. Front right by the treasure chest. That might be you. It's probably you. I've never seen this before. Oh my god. No! God damn it. I didn't mean to go that far. Well, at least now I know that I shouldn't go any further past this treasure chest. Okay. Alright, let's go find Summer again. She has a little of Freezer in her. She's like when someone realizes they're a bad person, but they're trying to learn to be a better person. Like someone who's like realized that they're kind of racist and they're trying to unlearn it. She's like, she still hates the monkeys, but she's like, maybe if I help them fuck each other, that will help me become a better person. Xenoblade Chronicles mechanics will definitely age much more poorly compared to 1 and 3, but it's still a pretty good story nonetheless. Hell, it's the game that made me want to check out Xenogears and Xenosaga. Ah, interesting. I was already a little bit familiar with Xenosaga, because I had played the first one, which, speaking of, the combat music in the first Xenosaga game, the battle music in the first Xenosaga game, one of my favorite pieces of any video game soundtrack, period. I love that battle music. It is so good. I love it so much. It sounds so cool, and no one talks about how cool it sounds. I love it so much. But I've never played Xenogears. I've always known about it, but I never played it, because back when that game came out, I did not have a PlayStation 1. So the only way that I experienced PlayStation 1 games back then was if my friends who did own PlayStation 1s bought the game, and then I would experience it through them. But since none of my friends got Xenogears back when Xenogears came out, I never experienced it. Also, I get the criticism about the UI, but it's not like game just tossed you into the deep end to figure it all out. If it's anything like Xenoblade Chronicles 1, I know that for me personally, as much as I enjoyed Xenoblade Chronicles 1, how do I explain it? As much as I liked Xenoblade Chronicles 1, I felt like because the combat system has the same... It has a similar problem to the problem I have with... Wait, what? Okay. That was stupid. Okay, anyway. It has a similar problem to the issue that Final Fantasy XIII has, in that it's trying too hard to do something different instead of focusing on what they want to do. Instead of being like, here's our idea of what we want to do, they were like, we need to do something different from what people have seen from a turn-based RPG. And so they just kind of try and tweak it and tweak it and tweak it, but they don't really have an end goal. And so they just kind of end up with this really convoluted mess where it still ends up resulting in the same thing in the long run, but they also have to explain it to you through the entire game. Like, the tutorials just never stop because the method of getting there is so much more needlessly complicated than here's a menu, it pops up when the bar fills up, pick what you want the character to do, and then they do it. And so my issue with Xenoblade Chronicles 1 was that hold on, let me make sure I'm still actually making progress in the game. Circular room after the Chamber of the Faith. Okay, my issue with Xenoblade Chronicles 1 was you get to a point where you're fighting a boss, and in order to defeat the boss, all of your characters have to use a certain a certain skill and they all have to use them in a certain order. Because you need to inflict a specific status ailment on the enemy in order to actually deal enough damage to them. So, obviously they're trying to recreate the strategy of a turn-based RPG, which is, you know, the party management aspect, where you need to coordinate what each of your characters are doing in order to maximize, you know, profit, in order to, you know, win the battle as fast as possible. But the game can't be turn-based because that's bad, I guess. So instead, you control one of the characters as an action game, and then you have to perform certain actions in order to build a gauge up. And then once the gauge is built up, then you can push this other button, which will cause the game to pause. And then you can tell each of the characters to do a certain thing, and they will do it. But you can't tell the characters what to do all the time like you can in a turn-based RPG, because that would require the game to be a turn-based RPG, and that's simply not allowed for some reason. So we have to come up with this needlessly complicated system in order to kind of recreate the strategy of a turn-based RPG in something that isn't a turn-based RPG, instead of just admitting that maybe turn-based RPGs have their purpose and their utility and just make the game a fucking turn-based RPG. So, that's my big dumb rant about the one thing that I don't like about Xenoblade Chronicles. Okay. Half before Cloister of Trials, front right near Winter. Okay. Oh, I know who they're talking about. Okay. I mean, I feel like that's not really what they were going for, since they are clearly going for an MMO thing. I mean, it is, but it also isn't. Because it's like, yes, they are going for an MMO thing, but the reason they're going for an MMO thing is because, much like Final Fantasy, they kind of bought into this idea that, oh, turn-based RPGs are dead, no one likes them anymore. So we have to do something else. And they settled on the MMO formula for the same reason that, like, Final Fantasy did for a while, before they decided with 16 that they're going to go action RPG. Because they thought that an MMO where you have mechanics that let you control the other characters under certain circumstances, they saw as a compromise. They thought it would allow them to make the game more actiony so that people who don't like turn-based RPGs would play it, and people who want the strategy of a turn-based RPG would still enjoy it. But the truth is that that doesn't actually work, because the people who want one, and the people who want the other, and people don't really want the middle ground. So okay, Cloister of Trials area. Cloister of Trials. Okay. We gotta take Arrow, as they are named in the English version, and stick them in Quiver, who is half before Cloister of Trials, top landing. Okay. I feel like that's more speculation than fact, but you know. I mean, it is, but you really need to. I don't mean this to be like dismissive, but it's like if you pay attention to like when certain things started to become common topics in game journalism in the West, and what people were saying about Final Fantasy, and I mean people are talking about this on Twitter right now, honestly. What people were saying about Japanese RPGs and how they never evolve and how they're not doing anything to progress the medium and blah 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 blah. And like if you pay attention to when they started saying that and compare that to when Final Fantasy started, you know, messing with its combat system, and shortly afterward Xenoblade Chronicles comes out on the Wii and they're also trying to do a completely different combat system, even though the previous Xeno games were all turn-based RPGs. To me, it feels kind of hard to deny that people in the industry who were developing Japanese RPGs were, you know, aware of the criticisms that a lot of white people were making of the genre and were taking it to heart and were trying to appease those people. Chamber of the Faith. Path before Cloister of Trials. Oh, is that? How do you pronounce that? Is that Boa Noite? Is it Noite? Do you pronounce the E like that? I'm not sure. Anyway, hello. Hello, fellow Brazilian. Okay. I'm glad I didn't ruin the pronunciation too much, hopefully. Path before Cloister of Trials on the circular landing. Circular landing? That's probably not the circular landing. Where's the circular landing? Right, is this the circular landing? It is. Okay, we have one more set to do. Path before Cloister of Trials. Okay. So there's one more monkey in here. Hello, Fire Gamer. Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry I'm not talking a whole lot. I'm very bad at speaking in not English. I'm very stupid. Circular room after the Chamber of the Faith. Okay. We're almost done with this. We're almost done, and then we're going to try to infiltrate the LeBlanc headquarters, and we're going to see how that goes. Woohoo! Ha, a poem. This place could be a nice Chippendale casino. All right, let's try. Nope, that was not what I asked you to do. I wonder how much of this... It's white text on a black screen, so I have to imagine that it's going to do fine. I'm just going to copy the whole thing, and I'm just going to throw it in DeepL and see what DeepL says. Because this is entirely too much text for me to go through and try to translate. So I just want to see what it says. It says. The monkeys' season of love has ended quietly. They seem so happy. Love will turn to love, and the number of monkeys will increase, and the monkeys will keep this place as their home. Love will turn to love. Huh. I mean, looking at it, I kind of see why it translated that as that, but that is kind of a weird way to... Koi wa... Because it's like... There's two different kanji in that line that both translate to love in English a lot of the time. So... I kind of get it. Like, I get why the machine translated it that way, but it's almost certainly not what they're trying to say. I have to assume that, because the one that they're saying, the one that they're saying turns into the other one that it turns into is, more affectionate, I guess I will say. I think what they're trying to imply is that, like, feeling romantically about each other turns into sex, but they don't want to use the actual... They don't want to be as direct, so they're using more flowery terminology, and so the machine just sees both of those words and it's like, okay, so both of those mean love, so love turns to love. That's what I'm assuming is going on here. I wonder if Google Translate would give a different result. Let's see how Google Translate handles this. I'm sorry that I keep doing this during this. Nope, Google Translate said the same fucking thing. Yeah, koi wa ai Yeah, koi turns into ai. And both of those do technically get translated as love a lot. But my understanding from one of the Japanese YouTubers who like teaches Japanese on YouTube, one of them in particular, she said that the reason why the word I for love is used so rarely in Japanese is because it has a much stronger romantic connotation than the other word. And because of that, a lot of the times it comes with the connotation that you are sexually interested in the person you are describing with that word, or that you're saying that word to, or whatever. And so she said for that reason, you typically won't hear Japanese people say like I love you to their like family and friends and stuff like that using that word unless they're like on their deathbed or think that they're never going to see that person ever again. Because it's only in those situations that you would want to express that level of love for them. Not because you want to fuck them, but it's just it's complicated. It's a cultural thing. It's just you don't express that level of feeling for someone unless you're in a position where you think you're never going to be able to tell them how much you care about them ever again, because Japan is just kind of like that. So I think the implication they're trying to give is that, you know, like the fluttery feeling of having a crush on someone transforms into procreation. I think is what they're trying to say. Okay. Let us continue. Soul of Samasa. An accessory. I wonder what it does. MP? Something to do with MP. I wonder what it does. MP no shohi. Consumption. MP consumption. MP no shohi gaになるが威力がアップ。威力MP consumption doubles, but power increases. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I think we're done here. I just want to go and see if Isaru says anything. Now that we have paired up the monkeys, it probably won't affect anything, but I just want to make sure. After that, we will board the airship. Okay, yeah, he's not here anymore, so I don't think he cares. So we can go ahead and board the airship. Whee! Whee! Right, onto the airship we go. Okay. Now I think it's just time to go to the LeBlanc headquarters and do some goofy shit. Hope everyone's ready for some goofy shit, because that is exactly what is going to happen. Just a moment. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, here's the thing. We could continue with the LeBlanc Syndicate mission. But I have just checked because I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss any. And it appears that if we proceed, we might get locked out of getting one of the dress spheres. Because it appears that one of them, the Alchemist dress sphere, does in fact require us to do the whole thing with Clasco in the Calmlands that for some reason is not activating. So here's the thing. I already know that I missed out on I think one of the special dress spheres, because like each of the girls has a special dress sphere. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't like using the special dress spheres. I think they look really cool, but I never really use them because they're not really fun to use. I don't know. But so I'm not worried about those. But I do want to get the regular dress spheres because I do like those. And in particular, the Alchemist dress sphere is one that I really, really, really like. So I really don't want to get locked out of that one. So here's the thing. I'm trying to decide if we should just bite the bullet and keep going and ignore the fact that I don't have the Alchemist dress sphere and just keep playing. Or should I take a break from progressing and try to figure out how to get the dress sphere? If we go with the second option, then I think this will technically be the end of the stream today, just because I will need to take some time to look up how to get the mission to start, like try to figure out why it's not working. And that will probably take a while and be very boring, so I'm not going to subject you guys to it. So I'm trying to decide whether it's worth it to end the stream now and come back to it, because I am going to stream this game again on Friday. Get the Alchemist dress sphere. Meld girl and dog. Yeah, that is kind of what I'm leaning on, especially since I am going to be streaming this game again. So I think this might actually be it for today. I know it was a very, very short stream, but I would rather get the Alchemist dress sphere than not get the Alchemist dress sphere. So I think we're going to call it for today. And then Friday, I will do a longer stream where we get the Alchemist dress sphere and do this mission. So I hope you guys will join me for that. Tomorrow, I'm going to be hanging out with Kage and Icy and possibly Era. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Finally, Baloo death stream? Absolutely not. I would never subject myself or you to that. That would be torturous. No one would have fun. So, on that note, I guess what we're going to do is we're going to get back on the ship and then save. And then I live on 10-hour streams. I cannot. I simply would not be able to. I would die. I would simply die. Okay. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. I hope you will join me tomorrow as well for more Pokemon. And then join me as well on Friday for more of this game, wherein hopefully hopefully, we will make more progress. Alright. I will talk to you all later. Bye bye!